Generate professional sitemaps and wireframes in minutes. This is Site Planner by Elementor AI. This is what it promised, so we will test it out together, and I'm curious to know what you think about it in the comment section below. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Hi there, my name is Pascal and I'm a content creator, WordPress enthusiast, and I love to create tutorials about WordPress. So let me know if you like this kind of content by hitting the thumbs up button and by subscribing to my channel. I'll describe here my project. And since I already have an Elementor account, when I click on generate here, it will link me directly to the free site planner of Elementor, because this is right now a free tool that we can use even if we do not have a premium account on Elementor. And let's get started. So I'll describe my website. In my case, I want to build a personal website for myself, and this is the current state of my website, pretty empty, and I want to transform this into a really nice website, but I want to plan it. So I want to plan the number of pages that I want to put inside. I want to plan what will be inside each page, and the Elementor Planner, AI Planner, will let me have a quick sketch about all the content, because it will write for me all the texts and the main topics that I should insert into each section, and how can I, distribute the content and the sitemap of my website. Let's go and see how it works. Before generating our first brief, let's go and scroll down here on the website. We see that the site planner works into 3 steps. Basically, we start with a brief. We're going to speak with an AI agent that's going to ask you some questions about your website and your project, and then is going to create a brief, a professional brief, and is going to help you create a sitemap and a wireframe automatically. So it's going to generate the sitemap of the website based also on the number of pages that you provided and you asked for, and then it's going to generate a wireframe. You can also indicate some colors and some schemes that you want to use, some fonts, and it's going to apply them directly into your wireframe. Then you have the ability to import this wireframe directly into your Elementor website. This is also great. You can use the import-export kit system to upload your generated wireframe in a single click, and then perfect your design using directly Elementor. It works the best with Elementor Pro. I did not test it with Elementor Free, and I know that it works the best with Elementor Pro because when you generate wireframes, there are many widgets also that are using Elementor Pro functionalities. So yes, you need to know this also. So basically, this is the steps. You have the brief, the sitemap, the wireframe, and then you can download and import everything directly into Elementor. You have a few Q&A. You have a few FAQ section down here if you want to read a little bit more. There is support for different languages, so you know that you can use your native language. There are many languages that are supported here, and these are the languages supported in the AI note taker. While in the brief there are I think almost every language. You see, our AI fully supports multilingual input and output, allowing you to interact and generate content in the language of your choice. This includes both left to right and right to left languages, such as Arabic and Hebrew, making it easy to create websites for a truly global audience. So basically, this is it. Yes, let's go and let's get started. When we describe here our project and we create and we click on the generate button, we should just use a short sentence about our project and then click on generate. For example, I want to create a personal brand website about me and my passions and products I sell, for example. Let's click on generate, and it's going to ask us to create an account if you do not have already one, or it's going to ask you to log into your Elementor account. It is completely free, so you can start completely free, and then you can also use the brief and export it here completely for free. So this is great to know. As you can see here, you have the brief summary that's being generated automatically, and you can answer the first answer, which is the answer about the name of your website. And this is very important because it's going to be used also here into the history of your chats and of your briefs. And the name that you will provide here will be also the name used here in the project name, of course. So be careful here, because if you do not use a correct name, it's going to save it like this. And at the moment, it is not possible to edit this name. So this is a bit weird, but it works like this. So now I go here and I call this name Pascal Claro website. Okay. By the way, there is also no way to delete these chats. This is also weird, but see, this is since it is just a beta version, so it is going to improve more and more in the next months. So here I can click on the send icon and it's going to start the chat. So the AI bot will tell me what specific services or products do you offer and so on. So here is going to ask me basically a few questions about my project. I can answer both by including these suggestions or by writing by hand or combining the two, of course. I can also upload files if I want, and this is quite interesting if you need to, to provide some examples of the type of website that you're trying to create. Then if you're not sure on what you are going to answer, you just click here on the suggestion link and it's going to answer to you how to answer the best to the question that it has just posted here. You see? So this is pretty interesting. And then if there is a question that is not relevant for your business, you can also skip that question. If you need to change something here, you can go and click on the reply icon here and you can adjust the element of the brief. You see, it is quite easy. You go here on the reply button and you can adjust it, and that's it. So now you can go on and basically chat with the agent. Once you have finished your chat, it's going to tell you that you're ready to start, and you can click on use this brief. You see here. And it's going to say also that this is a good brief. If you need to provide more information, you can go on in the chat here. But basically here, this is the final result. So you should see something like this. As I was mentioning, you can also always reply and correct or adjust a few of these points just by clicking here on the arrow. And then we can click on use this brief. This is going to take us directly to the sitemap and wireframe mode. The first one is the sitemap, and then you can switch whatever you want to the wireframe mode here in the top of the page. And the sitemap mode is quite interesting because it gives a description of all the content and the sections that should be included in each page. You see, we have the home page here that we can also go here and choose to rename or delete or find in wireframe. We can also go and regenerate all the different sections, or we can also delete some sections if we do not need them. We can adjust here the zoom. It is not very well adaptive in my opinion, but yeah, they're improving it. And here you see regenerate sections. You see a description of what is going to be included in that section, and you can then use the drag and drop if you want to swap different sections order. Then let's go back. You see what I mean here. There is no easy way to navigate easily. You can add new pages here if you want between pages. You can go and regenerate section, delete them and swap them as you wish. And then let's go and fit again here. You can have a quick preview of all the content of your pages. That is pretty interesting, and you can also download here the site plan. If you click on preview site plan, it's going to basically let you download a PDF version of the brief summary and of the sitemap instructor summary. You see here, this is pretty interesting. There is also a link here which can be used from your clients, for example, or your collaborators to access the content. Let me try to open this into an incognito mode. This is going to give you some errors. I don't know in this moment if they will ask the person that is trying to access the link to have an Elementor account, or if this is just a temporary bug, because here when you go and click on share project, it tells that you can choose anyone with the link. So basically, when you do like this, normally you should not have you should not be forced to create an Elementor account, but it is still the case right now. You see here, if I copy this link and if I open this into an incognito window, I still need to create, there is an error here, you see, and I still need to create an account or log in to Elementor. It is free, of course, but it is still kind of a little bit limiting because I guess that many clients do not need to have an Elementor account if we are just creating for them the website. Anyway, this is a work in progress, so we need to keep this in mind. And I think that if the client creates an account, it should be able also to access the wireframe and see it in real time. So, and also the sitemap, of course. So this is the wireframe mode. You see it is pretty intuitive. You can export the brief by clicking on the preview site plan, and you can share the link by clicking on share project. Then what happens here? If you click on wireframe, you see that you will be able to see a preview of the design of your website. This is very interesting. They have just updated a few elements here. There were, yes, this is new. As you can see here, the style tab here is new. We're going to see it in a few seconds. And then here is basically generating the structure, the design structure of the pages of your website. You have the home page, the about page, contact blog, music, and WordPress content in my case, in my example. And you can go into each and every page. I think that there should be a kind of a shortcut here to zoom into each different page, because otherwise we need always to change here the zoom. Yeah, you see, manually. Anyway, you see, we go to the home page and we see a preview here, which is pretty awesome. We can regenerate it and delete it as we were able to do also in the sitemap. We can go and do the same here for our header. Keep in mind that if we regenerate the header, it's going to regenerate all the pages header, of course. And then we can also, as always, swap sections, drag and drop them, delete them, and regenerate them very easily. If you want, you can also have a preview of tablet and mobile responsive. So this is also quite interesting. If you go and select responsive and we fit here, we see that there is a preview of the website on phone. Let me make it a little bit bigger here. Yeah, this can be improved. I see the way that zoom in and out works should be improved. And yeah, this is a basic preview of mobile. Let's switch back to desktop now. And as I was mentioning here, there is a new feature, which is this one, the style feature, which is also pretty interesting because we can have a preview with different color palettes. We can also have a preview with different font matching, and we can also upload our own logo and see it directly into the wireframe mode. Color palettes, we can switch them like this. There is no way here, I didn't find a way to create a completely customized palette. I think that this is going to come. Of course, you can customize it here if you click on each different colors. But no, yes, of course, you can do it, but there is no way to add more colors. So we are limited to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors. And this is already a good starting point, because if you decide to export and import this website then into your Elementor website, you're going to find the same colors already applied to your global colors. This is well done. And if you need more suggestions here, you can suggest more palettes by click the generate button here, and you will have different suggestions. And you will also be able to navigate here the different suggestions by clicking here, and you can apply them immediately in real time by clicking on them right directly. This is also pretty good. Here, what do we have? Nothing special here. We can go back. We can do the same with fonts if we want to try to different pairing, you see. And when we click on them, they're going to be applied immediately directly on the website wireframes, you see. So we can see them in real time. Even here, we can have more suggestions. Let's say this one, for example, or let's go with this one. Let's go with this one, and so on. This is also pretty interesting. And we can also go and choose from all the different fonts that are available. There are not all the Google fonts available right here, but there is a beautiful starting point. Let's go. Yeah, let's say like this. It is a good starting point. Yeah, not beautiful. Good, I wanted to say. Let's go and select pop-ins here. Okay, I would leave it like this, and I will change also my paragraph to something more readable, like Open Sans. And then basically that's it. And if you want, you can also upload your own logo here. You can use SVG, PNG, or JPG files. Okay, that's it. Okay, this is pretty interesting. You see, we can play around, we can change sections and go on like this. If you want to regenerate, it's going to regenerate them for you. I don't know if there is a way to switch back to the previous section. There is no way to go back here in this case, I think. So keep in mind that once you regenerate, it is regenerated forever. And yeah, let me go with Command Z. No, it doesn't work Command Z. So basically there is no history here. I do not see a history. Nothing about history. And when we decide to use this kit, yes, what happens here? You can choose if you want to connect directly your website to Elementor like this and import your kit like this. It is very easy, because if you just connect your website with Elementor and your Elementor account, is going to be automatic. So you can run the check. It's going just to ask you for site permissions, and is going to import immediately all your wireframe. In this case, I do not want to do like this, because I wanted to show you how you can go manually. So I click on download and apply manually. And in my case, I wanted to upload manually my zip file. Okay, because I want to have more control on my website. This is my website. I want to, yeah, as you can see here, it is a blank page, and I want to start by importing my newly created wireframe. So I go on Elementor, Tools, I go on Import Export, and here I select Import a Template Kit. Start import. I go and wait here that the magic will be done. Exporting this site as a zip file. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted. 3, 2, 1, let's go please. Let's export this site. Putting on some final touches. Okay, let's wait a few seconds. Okay, download your kit. Perfect. You can go then on your website, you select file, you can just drag and drop your downloaded file here, and it says that you need the Elementor and Elementor Pro, both versions. So now I can click on next, and I can choose which kind of elements I want to import. In my case, I do not want to import products because I do not need them. I will just import my templates, my content, and my site settings. I go and click on import, and in a few seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is going to import our kit with all the wireframe that we just created here into the Elementor AI Site Planner. This is a breeze, I think. The process is very streamlined and very easy, and I just think that they need some improvement here in the speed. You see that each time I click on the wireframe mode is going to regenerate all these sections, even if in fact it is not regenerating them because they are just the same, you see, but it's like he's regenerating them from scratch. Okay, let's see our website live. You remember that it was a blank page before, and now let's go and click close here and go and visit the website. Sometimes it can be slow. I don't know why. It shouldn't be slow. It shouldn't be slow. 3, 2, 1, go. Please open the website. I think there is just a caching problem here. So let's do like this. Let's block here the page loading. Okay. Let's go into our plugins. I will just enable here my Lightspeed cache plugin. Let me go and see. Yeah, you see, it was just a problem of cache. Okay, and now we got our menu here with all the pages that we asked the AI to create. And these are just the pages that we have here. So if we go and see them, home, about, contact, blog, music, WordPress, and exactly the pages that he created here. Perfect. We have our logo. We have 2 call to actions that we can connect to our specific pages if we want. We have a hero section that we can customize. And the interesting part here is that if you enable the Elementor builder and we go to the global settings, this is quite interesting. It is still a little bit limited, but it is a good starting point in my opinion. And you see that you have all your global colors here in place, exactly the same that you have in your wireframe mode. Here you see you have the same palette here, which is being applied globally like this. This is also very, very good. It is a good fact. You also have the custom colors here that have been added here, which are the additional colors that you find here. Great. And what else? You also have the same concept applied to your global fonts. So you will find them here. You will find the global fonts XL, L, M, S, and you see them in body S, for example, and they're all being applied directly into your website globally. This is good. Let me go and check how typography and buttons are managed here. If we go on typography, we see that here there's nothing global. So here we still need to go inside each and every element and assign global fonts if we want to. And for the buttons and images, there are no settings, because basically there is just color that is being applied globally. But here you still need to go inside and apply your own settings. Same for images and form fields. But it is a good starting point, I think. Now a quick recap, and a few things I didn't like is the fact that it is quite slow here when you click on the wireframe mode, and I would like a more intuitive interface here. I think that the zoom part here, it is not very intuitive, it is not working very well, and yeah, it is a little bit limited. I would love more options here. In fact, I would love the same exact panel that we have in Elementor right here to manage my global colors and global fonts. I will call this, instead of colors, global colors, just to match here the same settings that we have here, so that we can really create our design system already working in our wireframe mode. I think this is very interesting. Then I would love to have more integration here with all the theme styles and so on, because if we can do the work just here, it could be very interesting. More integration between the two parts can be interesting. And what else? Yeah, maybe a more intuitive interface here. Of course, a history, because we do not have the history here of our briefs, and a more intuitive way to switch between the brief part and the sitemap wireframe. Because why I do not have here the brief? I should have here brief, sitemap, and wireframe. Why I just have sitemap and wireframe? That is a bit confusing in my opinion. And here I cannot change the names. I cannot delete these chats, which is also confusing and annoying. And here, when I click here, there is this message that says, sure, you want to edit this brief. If you do so, you lose the sitemap instead of wireframes and generate a new site instead. This is very scary. And this is weird because if I go back to my brief just like this, just by clicking on the brief, let's go here, nothing happens. And I can actually modify it here. I can go here, reply, and please modify this, for example. You see, I'm editing my brief and I can go and use it right this. And this is pretty, I don't know, pretty confusing. But in general, I like it. I think that this is a very, very good direction in which they are working. In case you missed it, I've just created a full 6 hours tutorial about Elementor in 2025. It is a complete tutorial step by step where I show you how to create a complete website using Elementor Pro. And I think that you should enjoy it. If you like Elementor, you're going to find a lot of inspiration and knowledge in this tutorial. So go and check it out. I will leave you the link in the description down below and in the cards. So in the cards, sorry, here. So you can go and visit it, and yeah, I hope to see you in that video too. Let me know what you think about Elementor AI Site Planner in the comment section below. I'm very curious to know if you already are using it or if you just discovered it while watching this video, and what do you think about it? Do you think that there are very good points as I mentioned, or also do you agree with me with the weak points that I highlighted? And let me know. I'm curious to know, and if you want to comment down telling me where are you watching this video from. It's always nice to see how we gather around from all over the world. So yes, give me the flag of your country. Now here you find the tutorial that I was mentioning to you, my full tutorial about Elementor in 2025. And if you want, you can also go and check one other video that I will leave you here. So I hope to see you in my next content, and I wish you all the best with WordPress and Elementor. Ciao!